Hi yogis. So today we're going to talk about side crow, which is looks a little something like this. Okay, so it's related to crow, right? Which we've done. Obviously, it's the side variation, and there's a couple of different versions of this pose. There's a very beginner pose where you and you just start at the beginning. So with all arm balances, there's usually, with all poses, right, with everything, there's always the two elements of it, right? There's the strength part of it, and then there's the flexibility part of it. And side crow is, there are a few poses that really highlight how these two things work, sometimes at odds with each other more than this pose does, right? So here's the thing. So oftentimes beginners will take the variation where they've got one hand, one elbow, one hip resting on an elbow, right? And traditionally, by the way, this pose is, you enter it from headstand, but for our purposes today, we're going to come into it from a squat, right? You'll often see it coming in from side, from a twisted chair here, right? And they'll say, and the teacher might say, okay, you can drop your hands over to the right and take side crow if you like. So in order to find that beginner variation of it, so this time I'm working, this is my right leg, this is my left elbow, is going to have to be pretty close to my left knee, right? So that my hands, when they're shoulder width distance apart, and you want them shoulder width distance apart, right? I can bend my elbows back. I'm going to do that movement that I talk about in all of my arm balancing, right? I'm going to wrap my triceps in. I'm going to firm up that shoulder joint. I'm going to activate my lats on my back, right? Pulling it in so that I can bend my elbows back, and I'll make a little shelf here and just let that right hip rest on my right elbow. So I'll give you a little better view of that. So a couple of things with that. One, there's not a lot of work going on here in this variation, right? This is actually pretty easy. I could hang out here for a while. There's not a whole lot of engagement. I'm just resting on that. My bones are just stacked and I'm just resting. However, that's a pretty deep twist. So for some people, that variation is really hard because you're really, really, really twisted. So but if strength is an issue and flexibility not so much of an issue, and you're just learning arm balancing, and that's a legitimate place to start. So work with there and just get comfortable with having your feet off of the mat and just being on your hands, and that can be a great place to work. Eventually, you're going to want to take it up and use more core engagement and not rest this hip. So again, oftentimes we'll come into it, right? I'm here in my chair. I'm gonna twist to the right. I'm gonna drop my hands down. Now here's the trick, is that I'm gonna keep my left tricep here somewhere around the middle of my right thigh. So instead of being way out here by my knee, I'm gonna try and tuck it in, right? My hands are shoulder width distance apart. I'm gonna wrap those triceps in, really engage, and then maybe start to look forward, lean forward. Here's the trick. Everyone, when they're first starting this pose, they think their feet are gonna go back, and so they fall right off, right? Your feet are gonna swing out to the side, just like when we did 8-angle pose in that tutorial, right? Same with this. I'm gonna look forward, lean forward, and then be prepared for those feet to swing out to the side. That's it. I'll give you another view here so that you can see my right arm is totally open and free, right? So I've got my left tricep around the middle of my right thigh. I've got my right hand all the way over here. I'm gonna look forward. I'm gonna lean forward. I'm gonna let those feet swing out to the side. Lots of nice strong engagement here going. Fingertips pressing into them. Allow your feet to come down, right? That starts to get easy and fun. You can start to play with those leg variations, take it into your Ekapada, right? Start to look forward, lean forward, right? Maybe straighten both legs. Maybe take it into your Ekapada. Maybe come back, right? All sorts of fun stuff there. So have fun, yogis. Play with it. Let me know any questions, any comments, any requests. Yeah, have a great day.